Good morning. Good morning from northern Portugal. Hope everybody is doing well. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. This woman once told me, she said, Brandon, it's a brand new day that's never been seen before. I absolutely love that. Um, yeah, I mean, it goes with the Carpe Diem, seize the day. It's something to be awake. It really is. Every day after a long, nice sleep, you wake up and it's just like ready to go. You're fully energized and ready to make moves. So today, what am I doing? I'm trying a few new things. First of all, wide angle, pro video, 24 frames a second. No, not wide angle, ultra wide angle to try to get my whole body in and the whole desk set up in. And let's see, so Ultra HD, 24 frames per second, Pro Video, um, yeah, with audio coming from these Galaxy Buds Pro 3 that came with the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra. Okay, so today I'm going to try and do a what's in my bag. Let's see if I can do it. Quick one here. I mean, I don't know. I'm never ever good at doing it quick. I'm very long-winded, especially after I've had some coffee, which I'm gonna have right now. Mm. Coffee, delicious. Okay, so this is the Utilis EDC 133. It gets its name Utilis EDC 1, which is this style of bag that I'm making, and then the 33 is because it is 33 centimeters in length. I made this bag specifically to fit my Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, which I got a few weeks ago, and it is 32.8 centimeters in length. So I needed to upgrade my bag from this one here, which is 30 centimeters in length. This is the first Utilis EDC1 in VX21 white. So it's 30 centimeters in length, 20 height, and 14 width. And this got upgraded to 33 by 21 by 16 width. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger. It's actually a perfect size for me. This one is going up here on the wall. There you go. Okay, so today, let's see what we got here. I guess I'll start with the outside. There's two big outside pockets. I'm 6'2", 6'3", 190 pounds. And yeah, I mean, I wanted these pockets where I could fit my whole hand in there easily. On the on this side, on the left side, I usually keep my phone, which I'm recording with, and that's all I ever keep in this pocket. I want the phone to be able to in and out super easily. And I love how it, listen, yeah. This is a Poco Phone F1, quite a 6.2-inch phone. And this is these are old phones. This is the this is the Xiaomi Mi Max 3, Mi Max 3, I think. 6.9 inch. This is a beast of a phone. I love this phone. Super thin, really wide format. Anyway, we don't need to get into that, but I love that. Okay, so that side's always the phone, and this side I've got two pouches. First pouch is a thin VX21 simple pouch that I made with double reverse zigzag stitching. And in here I keep some cables, I think a 3-meter USB-C cable, another little cable for my Lumix LX10, and then, you got to have, just in case, a nice little mirror. So I keep that everyday carry. I'm often just thinking, what stuff can I get for my everyday carry, basically. Um, Things that are useful. And sometimes having a mirror is nice, and it's a super thin mirror. I got it off AliExpress for probably just like $1. Okay, and then the second one is this pocket here. Simple envelope style pocket that when you put these in this pocket, they're safe. The stuff doesn't fall out. Pull it out, You got everything accessible. I'm just going to dump it out here on the table. See what we have here. We've got this is a pin nibs for my S Pen and a little remover. These are some little zip bags, tiny little zip packets. I've got some gum in this one. That one's empty. I've got a little USB-C cable here. I've got a knife. I've got a titanium fork spoon, I love this little thing. Got some little candies. I've got a comb, a little backup comb, because I've got my main comb in the main department. I've got a centimeter and inch pocket ruler. I love having this. I love being able to measure things quickly. Let's see. And one of my favorite little things is this. I'll show you. So it comes in two pieces right here. And it's a little USB. Let's see, I'll just see if I can plug it in here without killing somebody. A little USB fan. How crazy is that? So if I'm out, I didn't really get this to cool me down necessarily, although if I'm working and I'm somewhere where it's hot and there's no airflow, I could do that. I mostly got it because I was looking for a fan that I could always have with me, and I ended up finding this one, which is really thin, really nice USB, quite, a lot bigger, that I could put in my everyday carry and have it with me. Really, if I was going to set up my workstation somewhere and it was warm, which in India it often is, and I needed a little airflow on my devices to keep them cool, I would be able to have that. Turns out this little fan here, this tiny little fan, almost produces as much airflow as that. And this takes up almost no space. And I have used this quite a few times. It does come in handy. Especially if I'm charging something, I can plug this in and then put it, facing whatever I'm charging to cool it down. I'm a little bit of a crazy like that because I don't like my stuff getting hot when I'm charging it. I'm just really a tech nerd like that. Okay, so little USB fan, I love that. Fork, all this little stuff always lives right in this little bag. Right here, super accessible, easy to get to. All right, let's see. I guess I'm just going to leave all this stuff out, and actually I'm going to put this stuff back in here, and then we'll put all of it back up in the end, like all of it back in the bag. But for now, I'll just put it all back in here. And usually, I don't take all this stuff out at once, clearly. So it usually lives like this, and I just get into it and just take out what I need. It's very easy to access because this little pouch opens up so wide, so it's easy to see everything. So that'll stay there. Here's my little awl. I don't really travel every day with this. I usually keep this here in the studio. Okay, put that there. Okay, so that's an empty pocket here. That's done. But as you can see, I already have a lot of everyday carry gear in these two little packets. And those always live in this pocket right here. There's some some dirt bikes going on outside. Okay, so next we got a V-buckle, magnetic V-buckle. This flips back. Okay, this goes back here. Now, one thing I could say is this is a grab handle that's connected to these two hardware. This is always here to take with you, and it's completely balanced right in the middle. So when you pick it up, it's balanced. It's completely straight up and down. So wherever you pick it up, you can take it and set it down, and it always sits upright. This bag, it always sits upright. Some of these bag videos, these bag reviews talk about, oh, does it stand up? Does it stand up? Oh, sometimes it stands up. I really wish it stands up. This bag always stands up. The ratio for the height to the width, I usually like to do it about a 70%. So the base, which here is 16 centimeters, and the height is 21 centimeters. So that's a good ratio for me because it has a low center of gravity. I really, really like that. Okay, so let's open it up. One thing about this grab handle, when you open it up, it creates a little bridge. So the flap actually stays up, and these two hardwares stay straight up, and it keeps the flap from off the ground, and it keeps the buckle off the ground. And it also creates this little privacy right here. Okay, let's see. Now we're in the inside of the bag, and let me tell you, it is a lot of stuff in here. Let's see if you can see that inside. Okay, and everything has its place. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I don't normally take everything out at one time, obviously, but we will. So let's see. In this big front pocket, this whole front panel is a pleated front pocket. And what I usually do is I keep another little pouch, like lengthwise, in here. I keep it right here, and I keep in here. I've got a couple of microfiber towels. I got a little pouch with some little candies. I've got my headphones in here. Got a little lighter, got some other headphones. I've got a little fake hero clip from AliExpress. I've got a little microfiber towel, and that's pretty much it. This is stuff that I access quite fast, you know, that's small and sort of just sits right here in this bag, right here on top. And to the side of this bag, I keep a cable. So it fits right on the side of the bag. And I've got another little microfiber. So that's the front pocket. Big front pocket with this stuff. Okay. Now here, right on the other side of this front pocket, I made another pocket right on the inside that hugs up against this front. And in this pocket, it's all white, and I keep the cables that I use the most. This is my tablet charging cable. I always keep it right here in this pocket, always there, so I can just take it out every time very fast. And then I also keep, on the left side, I keep my watch charger, always available. You know, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, yeah, I gotta charge it every 24 hours, which I've gotten on a good routine, and it's no problem. Here in Portugal, they allow dirt bikes to ride on the road, you know, which is great because there's the freedom and there's tons of trails, but it's also can be loud. Okay, so let's see here. Now, in the main big cavern here in the front, I have a Lumix LX10 1-inch sensor camera. Cool, little old school. Old school. It's probably like 6 years old, 7 years old. I have a little Nightcore USB-C warm light, goes up to 200 lumens. Amazing little USB-C flashlight. I love this. It was a gift. And my friend gave me this little titanium clip to put on it and a little titanium keychain. And I bought a titanium mustache beard comb, and I attached it to it, and it's just a really nice little combo. A lot of times I'll put it like right here, let it hang, and you know, brush my beard, have a light. I always take this with me at night when we go for a walk, and I pretty much always keep it around. If it's low light where I am, I'll put it on 1 or 2 or 15 lumens, and I'll set it up against the wall, and it gives like a nice warm glow. I really like that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Here on the side, I keep a grocery bag that I made. So this is VX21 little bag. And then I made this grocery bag out of sailcloth, really, really lightweight ripstop nylon from a old sailcloth material from an actual kite that I got in southern India from a kite surfer, gave it to me. This is awesome. Man, this bag is so good. Really holds a lot, super strong, super light. I made the handle straps out of VX21, some scraps that I had, and this bag is so good. You can fill it up, and then you can actually put it on like a backpack and carry it. I've had 12 liters of water. When I go camping on this mountain, not too far from here, from camp I can walk about 10 minutes, and there's a natural spring that I can fill up my water bottles. And I just fill them up and put them in here, and I walk back to camp like this. Amazing. I really love this. What a nice little bag, just in case you need that extra storage, or not really storage, but carrying ability. So there's that. I pretty much always carry this sleeveless hoodie. This is an awesome, I think it was like $12 at Decathlon. Lightweight, sleeveless, windbreaker hoodie with a lot of airflow. I love this. Being a bald man, pretty much the only thing that can get a little chilly for me is my neck and my head. So this kind of covers both of those without making the rest of my body too hot. Super lightweight. I always keep that with me. It even comes in handy if it's sunny. It kind of protects your neck from the sun. Okay, so that's that. I've got a Baseus 100 watt dual USB-C, USB-A 100-watt charger. Amazing. I love this little guy. Great little charger. Put that there. Also keep an Inu 100 watt 27,500, I think, power bank, dual USB-C, USB-A, little screen. I love this, and it charges back super fast. Actually, I think it charges back up at 65 watts. So it's really, this thing is amazing. This is an upgrade to their old one, which I also have, which is about almost twice the length, but not as good. So this is, I love this. Amazing little combo. Okay, then what do we got? I will go to this very back. Let's see, the pen just fell. I will go to this actually we'll just go forward. Okay, here I keep a little keychain. This is a magnetic keychain. Kind of just, I don't even have anything on it right now, but I just love the fact that it's a magnetic little keychain that I can put something on and take things off really quick. I just leave that connected to the hardware. Okay, let's see. Now, this is my organizer that always stays in here. I have this organizer that I made. It basically, I think this is 20 centimeters in length. So I always keep this right here. This always stays right in this area. And this holds quite a lot, actually. First of all, it has 3 big pockets lengthwise. It's basically like a big envelope. There's no pleats. There's no extra dimension. It all stays in this flat. And I keep it accordingly. I keep my VX21 wallet in the back. It's got a lot of dividers. I made this, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. And it has really, really useful for cards and cash and change, everything. I keep this always in the back pocket. Okay. And then in the middle pocket, it's going to be hard to see, but I keep a whole assortment of little EDC items in here. I keep let's see what all I keep. I keep a knife. I keep a knife. Boker, little flip knife. I keep a Woobin. This is a really powerful flashlight. I think it goes up to about 1200 lumens. So I keep that in there. Always USB-C. Keep a little driver set. Really cool little driver set here with a lot of different bit heads. Magnetic. Super cool. I keep a little grooming set for my nails because, yeah, if I'm out camping and things like that, I like to keep that handy. What else? I got this cool little pin here. This is like a little tactical pin that's got a little stylus, it's got a pin, it's got a compass, it's got a little light. It's just a cool little thing. I keep usually a roll of electrical tape. It just comes in handy. Let's see. And I made a little pair of EDC scissors out of like a little, these are just regular small scissors, and I just got a file and I filed them down so I could carry them in my bag without them poking things. Let's see, I keep a pen, another stylus, and I always carry my Rotring 600 mechanical pencil. I love this pencil. Such a cool little pencil. It just feels so nice. Man, if you use a pencil and you like to write or you like to draw, Man, this thing is just, I love this. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, over here we got a little pliers with a little knife, little EDC pliers with a knife. That's cool. Um, and then in the front, I usually carry some cords, some cables, but I don't have any in there right now. And that's pretty much it in that little packet. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh yeah, here's the front. I do have. I've got a brand new cable that came with these headphones that I haven't even undone yet. And then I keep another little cable. This cable charges things like this light and some other old little gadgets that don't tend to charge. Like, it's funny how the older USB-C stuff sometimes won't charge with the new USB-C cables. So this is sort of for that. Yeah, that's, oh yeah, yeah, a little thing there. And let's see, that's it. Okay, so now we're into my 14.6 inch Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra with a case and a and the pencil. I've actually, the other day I used a leather hole punch, like a metal leather hole punch that I have, to poke holes through this case because this case has a layer of metal in it for the magnets. I couldn't get the needle through, so I had to use this leather hole punch to poke holes through the case. And then I sewed this little piece of VX, actually X50 tactical fabric onto the case so that I could have a little pin holder, because the Tab S11 Ultra doesn't come with the cases don't come with a pin holder anymore. The 10 Ultra, the 9 Ultra, all of them came with pin holders in the cases. They stopped doing that with the Tab S11 Ultra. So not only is this a little pin holder that I can use, but one thing about this cases is that the magnets are pretty strong, which I love because these cases are so cool. You know, the tablet just magnetizes to the case instead of having to be put in a little plastic around the case. So I love that. But the magnets are so strong that I was having trouble getting the tablet off of the case. So that's really why I wanted to sew this little fabric on there. So I had a little grip to be able to pull the case away from the tablet. And the tablet is just, for me, as a just, I guess, I don't know, man. I don't know why, but it is just ingrained since I remember when I got my first Casio watch with the little like ticking, uh, little digital ticking that went around. You know, it was probably a $20, $30 watch at the time, and I got it somehow. I don't even remember. And I was just fascinated by it. And since then, I don't know. I mean, it's just, where does that come from? Why, as a human, am I fascinated with that? And it just seems to never stop. I don't know. I mean, I truly don't know why, but I feel like when I die, you know, the thing that I'm going to be the most sad about is that I'm not going to see the continuation of technology progressing. You know, my wife, I will have seen her progress to the end of her life, I hope. You know, I hope. And so we will have like sort of gotten to the end, which is great. That's what humans do. But even on our deathbed, you know, we'll be completely satisfied with life, but then they'll be like, oh man, there's like this new thing coming out next year that I'm going to not see it. It's completely ridiculous, but that shows you the level of obsession and just love that I have for tech. And this tablet, I did a review on it yesterday. Yeah, it's like all of my fantasies for tech in the 5.1 millimeter uh, powerhouse, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. I put a matte screen protector on it because I like the way that it feels. I like that you can, I feel like I can grab it, hold it without, you know, feeling like I'm going to damage it. It has a little texture to it. It feels nice. Yeah, I love that thing. I've only had it for a few weeks. I came from the Galaxy Tab S9 Plus, and this is the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, 1 terabyte, 16 gigs of RAM, but it doesn't have 5G. But that was a little trade-off I had to make because they don't make the terabyte 16 gigs of RAM with the 5G that I could find to buy. That was a little lame, but I did find out that it actually, because it communicates so well with my S25 Ultra, there's a thing called instant hotspot, and I have it set to where when I don't have Wi-Fi regularly, which I do out here, as soon as I open the tablet, it'll instant hotspot to my phone. So that's pretty cool. And it really is open the tablet and it's there connecting and it's like on immediately. So, you know, it works actually. It drains my phone battery a little bit faster and it heats up the phone a little bit more, but it was worth it because I wanted the 16 gigs of RAM. I didn't necessarily need the 1 terabyte of storage, but I wanted that 16 gigs of RAM, whether or not I need it or not. But I do multitask a ton, and I'm not talking about like switching between apps quickly. I'm talking about multi-window open, floating windows open, gestures, key remapping. Um, I have so many gestures set up, and I it's crazy. I have Good Lock and Good Guardian app for Samsung allows you to have a setting where you can keep apps open even longer in memory. So in my last tablet, I had 12 gigabytes of RAM, and I would be with 3 gigabytes available. It kind of like keeps that available. On this one, I also have around 3 gigabytes available. So I have 16 now, and so I'm using about 12 gigabytes, 13 gigabytes of RAM. So it is keeping more open, which I do really like. Okay, so now we're back to the very back pocket. I made a pocket that goes end to end. And that's one thing that I will note about this bag is I do not like stitching in the main parts of the fabric, like in the wide parts of the fabric. I only like stitching on the seams. So all of my pockets go edge to edge, seam to seam. So you don't find any stitching. It's all clean. I really, really like that. Um, and it has a little double thing where it makes all the pockets really big and easy to access, which I love. I don't want to have to like, yeah, this doesn't have any zippers, no Velcro, only super easy access everywhere. So this big back pocket, everything is white inside. This is a little cushion that I put in here for the bottom. Not necessary, but I like to have a little cushioning. So the whole bottom is white. There's another microfiber. Whole inside is white. Okay. Amazing. I love, love, love that it's all white. Okay, the back, and as you can see, it almost empty and it stands up completely straight. This fabric is really stiff. So this back pocket, what do I keep in here? I made this little sleeve out of VX21, and this houses my foldable Bluetooth keyboard. ProtoArc what is it? ProtoArc XK01TP. Super thin, foldable, with a touchpad. Awesome keyboard. And I use this app, Key Remapper, for the tablet that I have mapped so many key combinations to open a specific Google Doc, an app. I even use MacroDroid on here that I can run macros with key combinations that open up multiple windows at a time. Awesome. The productivity with this and the tablet with key remapping and MacroDroid, the productivity, the workflow is just off the hook. It's just off the hook. I love it. I absolutely love that. I'm so happy I got this. When I was really young, I bought a compact iPac. It was like my first, like small, like badass little tech toy. I think it was like €900, $900. Um, and it couldn't do anything. It was like solitaire. It was like a personal digital assistant, a PDA, we used to call them. And I had a foldable keyboard, something of like this, but it was much smaller. And I would set it out and I would have it right there, the compact iPac. you know, and that thing was really ahead of its time. It just couldn't do anything. There was no app stores. There was nothing. It wasn't even connected to the internet. I even had the little slip case that you could put it in and add like a CF card to it. Um, Crazy. And now this setup, it really is fantasies come true. I could, being a kid when I had that compact iPac and I was just blown away by it. I guess I never even knew that this was going to happen. What a fun journey that is. Okay, another little thing. I keep this little ripstop nylon little sack, and I keep a uh, nice big microfiber towel in it. Never know when you're going to need a towel. I like to wash my head off if I'm out and I find a bathroom. Wash my head off if I'm walking around, and I love having a towel to just wipe myself and like dry it off. And I made this some time ago. I love these just lightweight little sacks that you can throw stuff in and then just put it in the bag. I really love that. And then I had a cushion, little foldable, little sitting cushion that I cut to size, and I just keep it back here. This is not necessary, but man, I'm just always looking to dial everything in as much as I can. So I do like having this. And what I do find is that if I'm out in the morning and I'm sitting somewhere in a park or something and I'm having coffee and I want to sit down on a bench, it might be a little wet. I can take this and I can sit down on it. That's just really nice to have. All right, so that's it. The bag is empty. So the bag without the strap weighs 450 grams. Very lightweight. This strap I don't always carry this strap on here because I actually have another like super thin Dyneema cord strap that I keep on here. But I do like the look of this 50 mil super strong polyester, like military grade, crazy strong strap. I do like it. It looks cool. But it's not necessary. So the bag is completely empty. And it's super lightweight, super stiff, and as I said, it always stands up on its own. For me, an everyday carry bag, it absolutely must stand up on its own when I set it down, period. So this bag is really stiff, big wide bottom, super stiff, X50 tactical on the front, flap, back, and bottom. And then I did VX21 black on the pockets. And for the inside, I did VX21 in white. All the trimming is X50 tactical. And the buckle is a magnetic V buckle. And the webbing is 50 mil polyester, super strong webbing. Like it's very stiff, very strong. Nothing on this bag absorbs water. I did not want anything on this bag to absorb water. So if it gets wet, it doesn't absorb. It's either polyester or X50 tactical or VX21 laminate. Nothing absorbs water. That was very important to me. The hardware, 50 mil U-Flex hardware, really strong. And I picked these specifically because it's got this circle and the two side cutouts. I like having my connecting points as much in the middle of the hardware as possible. So I don't want it to like sag down to the left or to the front. I want it to remain in the middle. So when I pick it up, it's always right in the middle. And another little detail that nobody asked me for is in the inside, I put the webbing. The webbing connects all the way down to the bottom seam. So when you lift it, when it's full and you lift it up, it's actually picking it up from the entire bag. from the bottom through the bag all the way to the top seam. It's picking it up completely, like the whole bag together instead of just from the top seam. Let's see. The last thing I'll say is that every single stitch was done with this and all. Every single stitch is hand done. Every single one, and every single seam is stitched using a double reverse zigzag. The double reverse zigzag is super flexible and extremely strong. And the thread that I'm using is the Dyne Force 40 Dyneema thread. And this stuff is crazy. Super abrasion resistant and about an 18 kg tensile strength. So, what does that mean in layman terms? Flagship specs, bro. Flagship specs. If anybody knows who Flossie Carter is, that's a little nod to him. He's a hoot. But yeah, this bag is just crazy light, doesn't absorb water, super strong, always sits upright, and it feels and looks in person something more like a luxury, like high end, like Hermes bag. I mean, that's what it that's what it really looks at like when you're in person and seeing it. It had, because it's handmade. I was watching a video this morning, actually, when I brought it up, is about on a video on how Hermes bags are made, and they do make them by hand. And there is something about literally making it each stitch by hand, they with these stiff leathers and stiff fabrics, that gives you this, I don't know, man, it's just this luxury feel. Anyway, so that's the bag, the Utilis EDC 133. All my crap, all my gear, you know, people will pack it out differently, but this is how I do it. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, look at this. That's a whole pile of stuff. I could put it back in, but I think maybe I won't. I'll probably just leave it there. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. Hope that was fun for anybody that might have watched it. Now, you can get a bag like this. I'm only making maybe about 3 a month. It takes me about 35 hours to make a bag like this. It is possible. I do have a little website and you can contact me, but yeah. And then all this stuff, I mean, it's just all my stuff that I bought. So yeah, I'm not making any money from any of this. I'm really just passing time and enjoying myself. I love this, and I'm trying. I'm just trying to do this thing. It's fun. It's playful. I don't know, the conversation. I love tech. I'm always on tech. I mean, I'm on my tablet just all the time. I love it. I'm always trying to, dial in my workflow, find new little tricks that can help me sort of, do my work faster, communicate better, communicate easier. I use all kinds of AI tools. One that I love, love, love is an AI keyboard called Clever Type. I pay a little bit of a monthly fee for it, but it's worth it. The voice typing is just incredible. The AI tools are incredible. Just all these little things that make the workflow better in my daily carry. I use this setup from really from the time I wake up in the morning. I literally get out of bed and it's sitting there, and I pick it up and I take it to where I'm going to go and do what I'm going to do. I always have it with me. I carry it everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. That's it. I want to keep going, but I know that this might already be too long. Okay. Ciao.